Just ahead of International Women's Day, a new report reveals more women than ever are running the world's top universities. That's according to Times Higher Education. Women lead a quarter of the 200 highest-ranked universities. One of those is Penn State. And with me now is Dr. Neeli Bendapudi, who is the president of that university. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us. So this is, good news. A quarter of the world's top institutions being run by women, except it is 2024. And though I want to celebrate this, I feel like maybe we could be doing better. What's going on?
You are so right. It's great news on the one hand to see progress, but certainly there's hope that we can do so much better. I think there's a number of reasons that we see this, and I hope the trend will continue. Without question, if you look at enrollments, women far outpace men and have done so for a while. I'm hoping that we can build the career ladder so that more women actually do ascend to the highest levels in higher education.
I'm so glad that you brought that up, because I asked for some statistics to be sort of, for us to have our hands on some statistics. And yes, women are outpacing men when it comes to getting bachelor's degrees, when it comes to getting master's degrees. But then when you get to the doctorate level, it starts to even out. And I don't know exactly what the kind of pathway is to become a president, but I'm wondering, in your journey, did you find as you moved from one office to another, one department to another, you were encountering fewer and fewer women as you kind of went up the ranks?
I think so, Anne-Marie. I think that's the experience for many of us, and it's changing now. But one of the things you pointed out is so right. Even after you get your doctorate and enter academe, it's important for women to keep climbing that ladder successively. So going from assistant to associate to full professor, those are the ranks inside higher education. So I often think for us to get more women presidents, we need to make sure that women have successively more opportunities for leadership. And so looking for that broken rung, where is it that we're losing? A lot of women not getting to that next level will be critical.
So how is your institution navigating the most important and often divisive issues of our time?
Thank you, Vlad. You are right. As Penn State, one of the things I can tell you is in the top 30, top 200 universities, we are the largest. We have about 87,000 students. And that means in addition to 50,000 Pennsylvanians, we have students from 140 countries on our campus in any given time. To me, that's a great responsibility on us to make sure that we encourage all of the students to look beyond our differences to what unites us as humanity. We do that through a number of ways, focusing on the big global challenges that we all face: food insecurity, climate change, cybersecurity, water. How are we going to tackle these together? And I'm hoping that we all remember that institutions of higher education certainly are a path to a good living, but they're also supposed to be a path to a good life, to create solid citizens for our democracy. So it's a constant focus for all of us. Fortunately, at least at Penn State, we have incredible faculty and staff who are very, very committed to making sure we do everything we can to launch our students to success.
I feel like, though, these universities have come under a new level of scrutiny, right? I didn't know. I mean, I live right around the corner from Penn University in Philadelphia. I didn't actually know who the president was now, or who, well, the former president is. Now I do, right? I'm sure this is not the sort of thing you were thinking that you would have to kind of navigate when you were becoming the president of a major institution. I don't know if you could shed some light on how this has added, another complication to your job. Do you think about how politics have now really kind of seeped into every aspect of our life, including what happens on college campuses?
The question could not be more timely for me. Just these past few days, I was at the American Council of Education. I'm proud to be on the board of ACE. And there were a whole lot of presidents representing every sector of higher education, from community colleges to research-one universities. And the common refrain among all of us was, boy, these jobs have gotten more difficult. And so I worry a little bit about how are we going to make sure that university presidents, we are there for each other as mentors, as a support group, especially for women leaders, as you point out. It can be lonely, and so it's got to be important that we have a support system. And on the other hand, the reality is that we do have such a great responsibility in the United States for shaping higher education. And so I guess that's a little bit par for the course.
Fascinating discussion. Dr. Bendapudi, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor to talk to both of you.
Thank you, ma'am.